Kenny Rogers type money.
The first fight in Montreal in June was the nearest thing we've had to the first Muhammad Ali-Joe Frazier extravaganza. WBC welterweight champion Leonard, the flashy, gutsy, charming, unbeaten American hero, versus Duran, the complete, passionate warrior from the streets of Panama, regarded as the best fighter of the 70s. To everyone's surprise, Leonard stood toe-to-toe, in part to prove he wasn't just another pretty face, in part because it wasn't easy to escape Duran. Duran gained the decision, but he knew at the end that he was in there with a younger, equally determined fighter who was still coming on at the end.
I still was strong. I was far stronger than Duran going to the late rounds. Duran, I think, being the kind of guy or caliber of man that he is very hard for him to admit when a guy is tough. The question was asked, was I the toughest fight Duran has ever faced or he's been in? And he was very hesitant about it. And then he said, yes.
The first fight was such a financial bonanza that just 5 months at it again. Leonard felt that with adjustments he could beat Duran. Duran, who had been able to beat lesser men when he wasn't in top shape, was not as ready physically or mentally for Leonard.
In the 6th round, Duran was completely upset. He was disturbed. So the 7th round, I did what he did to me, just to insult me. Stuck my chin out, motion for him to hit me. He couldn't hit me. I hit him. I did a wind-up bolo-type punch, hit him with the left jab.
And then late in the 8th round, shockingly, inexplicably, the great Duran quit.
I don't think Ray will ever fight Duran again, and I think it's wise that he doesn't, because I think it's bad for boxing if he does, because there would then be a stigma about the second fight. Ray won that fight so convincingly. He so mystified Duran that it would take away from that victory if there was a third fight.
Sugar Ray Leonard's next big opponent could be Tommy Hearns, the tall string bean who hits like a squash. He's the WBA champion after taking care of a good fighter, Pepino Cuevas, right here. Hearns is unbeaten and he's knocked out almost every opponent they put into the ring with him. And then there was Muhammad Ali, the best fighter of the 60s. It took a giant ego to do the things Ali did, and for $8 million, he was willing to subject himself and that ego to a public beating from his former sparring mate, Larry Holmes. Ali offered little resistance. He was humiliated. For his fans, it was a sad ending, even a tragic ending. But Ali, as a keen student of boxing history, remembers that great fighters like Jack Dempsey and Sugar Ray Robinson and Joe Louis were defeated at the end of their careers, yet they endured as heroes.
That any promoter who promotes another Ali fight should be put in jail. I think Ali is well past the age where he can give a competitive performance. He was the greatest fighter of all times. Time has come for him to hang up the gloves for all time.
It was still a pretty good year for heavyweights. Holmes stayed unbeaten, and Mike Weaver ruined the showdown between Holmes and unbeaten John Tate by knocking him out in the 15th round to win the WBA title. And then Weaver looked every bit the champion as he took care of Jerry Coetzee. In a rational world, the two champions would meet and decide which of them was best, as they did before Weaver was champ.
Weaver's a sitting duck on those ropes. That's all. That's all.
But there's another factor in the heavyweight division. This man, Jerry Cooney, and he changes the normal equation. After destroying his first-name opponent, Jimmy Young, in 4 rounds, the unbeaten Cooney made October a bad month for another 38-year-old heavyweight, Ron Lyle, here on HBO. He demolished Lyle in just 1 round.
Lyle is hurt. And Cooney continues to land, and that could be it.
If Cooney gets by another heavyweight from the 70s, Ken Norton, the master plan is for him to meet Weaver for his title. If he wins it, then Holmes for his title, or who knows, Muhammad Ali.
So we had a fiasco with Ali. We had a fiasco with Duran. I don't know, Larry. Was P.T. Barnum right? Is there really a sucker born every minute? Well, if you're touted on a movie that turns out to be a stinker, do you go back? If you like movies, you do. And if Leonard Hearns comes off, I guarantee you it will be a bonanza. But enough of boxing. How about a sport that doesn't emphasize money in showbiz, like baseball?
All right, and I promise I will not mention Dave Winfield's name